Hello again. This 3D printing video is going to be about setting up your Tinkercad account, and we'll get started with some basics also probably. So let's make sure that you remember in any of these tutorials, you should pause, rewind, rewatch if you need to. So as you've probably done with other videos, you have that luxury of pausing and rewatching something to learn it if you missed it. So let's get Tinkercad loaded up. We want to make it an app in our choices because it'll be easier, but all apps on these Chromebooks are simply websites, links to websites, because there is no hard drive on these computers. So I'm going to make myself smaller, and what I need you to do is go down to the bottom of your screen, the bottom left corner, hit the launcher circle, and click this arrow. We are looking for the web store. You may already have Tinkercad loaded, so if you do, then you don't have to do this. Click web store, and we'll do, I guess, click apps and type in the search Tinkercad. Tinkercad. Okay, so we have to scroll down a little bit, and it's this. It's under apps, Tinkercad. It's got this colorful block. So you will click Add to Chrome, and you add the app. Okay. So now I can get out of this tab, and I will go looking for it. You go back to your apps, the launcher. All right, now it should be pinned down here because they pin the 5 that you've used the most recently, but I'll just show you. There it is. Okay, so it's going to be in one of your apps. You just double click it. It'll take you to their website, really, but it's kind of like a shortcut. Okay, now you'll probably come to this screen here, and you want to not click join now, but click sign in, because we can link this app with our Google account, which makes it very nice. So sign in. You're looking for sign in with Google. Sign in with Google. So click that. Sign in with Google. Well, it's taken a while now. Okay, now it took me right in to my account. Now I have several designs in here that I've done over the years. Every time you open up a new design, it saves it. So sometimes you have to weed through stuff, because if you start a new design, even though you didn't do anything with it, it'll still create that file. So you'll need to, go through and clean those things up eventually. But I have all kinds of goodies in here. All right, so some of you, if you've never been in the app, you're going to see a tutorial. It looks like a big silo. I assume that's still there. I can't get that to happen here. So you don't need that. You can click out of that because you have me, the teacher. So we will create this together. So we should be in and ready to roll. Click Create New Design, and we'll go over the very, very basics here. Boy. So one thing is important if you're in the class. You need to be patient with the internet, because sometimes certain parts of the day works great, and sometimes it doesn't. All right, so the first thing you do is they give you this rather silly file name. All right, it sounds like a real word, but it's not. So first thing you want to do is click it and change it so you know what the heck it is, because you'll have all these things with goofy names, you won't know what it is. Sometimes it doesn't show your work in the preview. So I want you to type in practice, okay? And click. All right, so we have that. It's really important that you stay with me. Don't go further. You have to be able to produce and do all of these things correctly, because it's a building block. If you do one wrong thing, then the print won't happen. Okay, so right here we have our work plane, and the work plane looks like a grid, okay? And this is where our work will go. Whoa, just reloaded. Don't know why. Again, we have to be patient here. All right, I don't know why I did that. All right, so here it is. It reloaded for some reason. And there's the file it created, even though we didn't do anything with it. So I guess this is a good accident, because when you see this, when you go to work on it the next day, and it saves automatically no matter what you do, so you don't have to push save or anything, you click Tinker this, and that allows you to edit and add to what you're doing. So we're going to click Tinker this and open it up. And while it's loading, having a mouse is going to be so much better for you, so much easier. You can do these things without a mouse and use the touchpad, but it's just so much easier. All right, here's our grid, and this is called a work plane. All right. So this Tinkercad works on building with shapes. You are going to bring in basic shapes. If you look over here, you can create shapes. We can import things, which we will do eventually, but we'll use a lot of these. You bring those over and you subtract from them, you make them a certain size. The first thing I want you to be aware of, the first thing you need to do is use the ruler feature. I am going to attach a shortcut document with keyboard shortcuts for Tinkercad. So look for that, and this is the first one. R on your keyboard means ruler, or you could go up here with your mouse and there's the ruler. That has to go on there first. Okay, so I'm going to tap it, and your mouse now has this kind of ruler looking thing. I usually put it in the lower left corner. It's kind of out of the way. Now, when you bring over a shape, it tells you in millimeters exactly the size of it. All right, so we are dealing with the metric system here, millimeters. So be aware of that. And most of the world uses the metric system. And it's really logical the way it's set up, and it's very simple. So the first thing I'd like you to do is bring over a box. It's right here. All you do is you slide it over. So with the left side of your mouse, you grab it, or if you're using the touchpad, you simply, use one finger and drag it over, and you let it go. And it will tell you that it is 20 by 20 by 20. Now those are millimeters, okay? Okay, now let me make myself a little bit bigger. I am going to go over the shortcuts, or I'm sorry, the mouse uh, shortcuts, or the mouse functions, I should say. I want to, if you're using just the touchpad, then you're going to use, one finger or two fingers on the touchpad. So if you are going to move something, you just use one finger. If you were going to right click, when I say right click, it's two fingers, two fingers down on the touchpad at the same time. Okay. Again, the mouse is so much easier. Um, if you need a mouse, I might be able to help you out, but you can buy them or use them from around your house, get them very cheaply. But I think I have some you might be able to use, so let me know. Again, you can use your fingers. All right, let me make myself smaller. All right, so you can do everything I'm about to tell you with this block over here. See, if I click top, it shows you the top. Okay, if I just grab it and move it, it does that. Okay, first thing I want to do is just show you the basics. The scroll wheel on your mouse, when you do that, it zooms out and zooms in. Okay? Now, if you're doing that with your fingers, then you are using the two fingers and you're sliding it. Two fingers and you're sliding it over the touchpad. Okay. If you're going to pan, which means see all the way around, you would hold the right side of your mouse button down and you can see underneath it. You can see on the side of it. You can get any angle because you do need to see and sometimes zoom in to your figures when you're creating this. So I'm panning. If you're using your fingers on the touchpad, you're going to push down with two fingers on the touchpad and do that. You have to hold down the touchpad to do that. Hold down the touchpad. Okay. Again, to zoom, you're just sliding your fingers over the touchpad. Okay. And again, with just one finger on the touchpad or the left side of your mouse, you can move things around. Okay. I think that's going to be it for this video, and I will be back at you really soon. So until next time.